So I find this a bit too small, so I've got something else to play my games on now. So I'll be able to put my Xbox on it. And plug it in. And then I've got the OLED sitting behind for films as well. So turn it round, and then the next thing I'll need to upgrade will be this, but that won't be for some time yet. That's a 4070 Super, so that'll have to do for now, because the 5070 Ti is too much money. They're about £800 now, so I'll probably have to play games in 1440p on it. And that's what it is. Unbox it and turn the telly down. I was looking at these ones. There was an OLED one that was there was an OLED one that was for sale. I'm not sure if it's still on there or not. Let's have a look. But I didn't want OLED because I've already got this one here, and the screen only lasted for about 4 years, and then I had to get a new screen for that OLED. They replaced the screen, so let's see. So that one is a Argon Pro.
I'll have tea, and I'm brushing my teeth. Don't touch my telly.
But I decided not to get that one. So I've got the OLED behind there for playing films on. I also put in an offer on this one, but I decided to go with the K one. I can find it. Yes, yeah, I did have an offer come up for that one, but the K one seems to be, there's just a lot more reviews for the K, so I decided to go with the K. And this one had a bigger bezel on it as well. Let's see if I can. Yeah, that one looks okay, but doesn't like it has a slightly bigger bezel on it. So it has a nicer back. Got big power supply. Base. Screen. USB. Yeah, boy. Get it set up. Hold on.
They just don't, they like when our business is our business.
Yeah. I was reading up there that some crisis in the 70s caused by... was it the CIA?
This is saying no signal.
James knows his politics.
Yeah, you know more about it.
So I think our Queen basically lifted your...
Ross Whitlam is the Prime Minister.
Did she depose it now?
Well, it was a CIA MI6 plot which used the Queen's representative, who was called the the Governor.
The Governor General.
The Governor General. The Governor General could he was the leader of a progressive Labour government.
You know that when you wish you hadn't asked the question, I just tell
Signal.
Very impressive, very impressive.
This is saying no signal.
Please come in again at the end of your tour and report back.
Okay, I will. I will.
3 weeks.
By the noise.
Oh, yeah, but I kind of like that.
Is it your first time in the UK now?
No, this is my third time doing a tour around.
Alright, brilliant. We'll get your tickets for the Emily's tour. A little treat. They're on sale now. There are the details. Look her up, memory bracelet. Starts tomorrow, London Leicester Square Theatre. See you there. We'll have more after the break. Find out what Kenny Baker had to say about the proposed renovations to Parliament. See you very soon.
Have a look. Oh, it's not getting a signal.
Is classed as a berry,
It's,
watermelon, or strawberry. Oh, how do we even choose those? Let's have a look. There we go. Or strawberry. Answer coming.
why is it not getting the signal then? Oh, I need to find the computer on here. I'll come back. Oh, I just wasn't plugged in, but the receipts now come up, so yeah, I can now unplug this one. Hopefully, just be able to unplug that one. Now we got our desktop.
Yes.
So there we are. Let's check the settings and see what it's doing. It does look a bit small. Maybe I'll try that one. See what it looks like. Yeah, I think 175 looks better.
Over the next 3 years, they're only rolling out 220,000 doses, which is nothing. If you're going to tackle the problem and give it to people, because they're only here saying it's only
So I'll go to display settings.
because it will stop the problem.
Sounds display. Still on 60 Hz, but I can change it. Yeah, this is 160. So set it to 160. Yes, it works. So now got
as individual. And the president of the International Paralympic Committee, Andy Parsons, said there's now less evidence of the games being used to promote the war.
now what happens if I enable HDR?
This is in no way supporting Russia's invasion, but I don't think that countries should be removed from competing in the Paralympics or Olympics unless it's done in a balanced and fair way. So, for example, the United
Why is it saying HDR not found?
States, countries in the last 12 months, their athletes are not competing under random logos.
Saying a load of things that Carol disagree with, but she's not listening to
Israel is.
Like the story.
Israeli athletes still compete under the flag of Israel despite engaging in a genocide and so on and so forth.
And Britain had the empire, and so when we got no, pretty soon we got no Olympics.
So
An active war where they've invaded a sovereign nation. Come on.
can I introduce you to the United States?
I don't know why I ain't picking up HDR.
Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya.
was with I had to turn the computer off, but now it's detected it, and it says 10-bit colour.
What if one of the Paralympians...
I should have further refresh rate, but it's maybe don't get it on the computer. High dynamic range 1 or so. That's now in HDR, and it doesn't look that bright. I'll put this one in HDR, it hurts my eyes. I'll have to turn the brightness right down on this one on HDR, but this one looks quite good. So if I get Facebook up, it works. I don't see any dead pixels either. People often get dead pixels on them. Yeah, that text looks good.
And then redo it in the way in which you would redo any historical building, which we know that we can do, and we know is done, you know, after the Notre Dame fire in Paris, they were able to do that, and that used some British masonry. You know, we are capable in this world of doing things, restoring good buildings. We should be able to.
Don't see any dead pixels.
Yeah, no, because they're obviously going to get some things to restore them, whatever.
I bet a hotel in Dubai won't look like that in 60 years' time, though.
Building should be preserved. It's the most beautiful building.
It is.
But it shouldn't because it happens.
But maybe it should be a museum, because in the end, as James said, look, we can Zoom. These MPs can Zoom. Send them to their constituencies, and they can be there all year round.
It's really important. Parliament is a really important part of our democracy.
Yes, but
the actual building of Parliament is very important.
If they want to start
You
gossiping,
want to reduce it to garages and little rooms and
Yeah, it looks good.
You could build something somewhere else for 30 years, build a nice building in Derby in the middle of the country.
And if I want to watch a film on the telly, then I might have to put the one there over there. If I'm watching something on there, that's okay.
Well, Andy,
Yeah, so that's what it looks like in the dark. The viewing angle's okay. Don't think it's as good as a Sony TV, but you see, it's definitely be better than a VA panel. It looks better when I sit from that angle. There you go there. Whereas the viewing angle on that one, it's a lot better. So, I'll see if I can invert. Still not used to this button. I don't like the button on this. You have to push that button. It'd be a lot better if it just had an input button in there, and it hasn't got that, which is really annoying. If it had an input button, but it doesn't. So let's see.
We've heard from a number of families who weren't happy with the standard of care they received.
Put this onto the sky.
In early January and spent a number of hours in A&E before being discharged.
No, that should.
This daughter feels she should never have been allowed to go home.
Well, I'm on while it isn't.
Sat on the corridor for some time with my mum. He was in the ambulance for a
See
little while.
if we
Then in the
can.
corridor. Never actually made it to a ward, as far as I'm aware. Was treated on the corridor itself. He had a blocked catheter. It was drained, and the doctor then said, "Okay, cool, you can go home now."
Well, in response to that, the family the hospital, sorry, told us that they are very sorry.
Now let's compare it to the TV.
The patient liaison team.
And Andy, what have the hospitals said about all of this then?
Well, Tanya, the trust that runs the hospital say that although they are disappointed, it acknowledges
that one looks a lot better.
to make improvements, including the introduction of new electronic
Yeah, you
record
can
system,
see
a major step forward.
the whites are much whiter on that one.
We were clearly disappointed with the rating that we received, but we recognise it was a moment in time, and we're now 5 months on, and we've taken that opportunity to do a lot of improvement work, and we'll continue to do so.
That one's still way better picture.
It's important to stress that inspectors did praise staff who are working hard under high pressure. We've also had lots of people email us to say that they've had really positive experiences. This is
changed.
not widespread criticism.
So
but
what
it
I
is
put
a real
in
life eye-opener
is
for leaders nonetheless.
well, 13, 15, 14,
Essex police have begun looking into private flights to and from Stansted Airport linked to paedophile Jeffrey Epstein.
It was earlier this month that
Standard.
former Prime Minister Gordon Brown called for police to urgently re-examine claims that women and girls were trafficked to the UK.
Emily Knight is in the newsroom now. Emily, good evening. You've got more on this for us. Another day, another development in the Epstein case.
Yes, indeed. Well, as we all know, this is after the publication of millions of files relating to Jeffrey Epstein. It's important to stress that these relate to just the private jets used by Epstein. As mentioned, Gordon Brown said that the newly published documents showed in detail how Epstein was able to use the Essex-based airport to fly those in from Latvia, Lithuania and Russia, and that he boasted about how cheap the airport charges.
We did in this case.
and that's pretty dark, and that's a pretty dark screen. It doesn't look too bad compared to what I've seen on some of these other posts.
I apologise for my decision to appoint
Just look at that one.
to the World Ambassador. And I apologise to the
Oh,
victims
that one looks
for believing
dreadful.
his lies.
Eyes ain't got nothing like that.
Because having worked so hard in this field, for me to have accepted his lies was a mistake. And that's why I want to apologise to the victims first and foremost for having accepted his lies. And I do so again now, if I may through you, to apologise for having believed the lies that were told to my team, and knowing the impact that that would have had on so many of the victims and actually other people in Parliament and in my own party. And that's why I apologise, because I reflected good and hard on that. As I said to my parliamentary party, nobody has been harder on me in relation to that than I have been hard on myself.
Prime Minister, thank you very much for talking to us in this practice.
Thank you.
Well, that's on camera.
We should say, and that really consistently denied anyone
Dark.
The BBC also understands that Lord Manson's position is that he has not acted in any way criminally, and that he was not motivated by financial gain. You can see much more analysis of that interview on the BBC website, online of course. Time now is 8:31.
Morning Live follows breakfast on BBC Two this morning. We can find out what they've got in store, and Mickey and Gethin are in charge today. Who's in charge? That's the question.
Oh, when Nicky's here, it's one person. That's about right.
Yeah.
Coming up on Morning Live today, it was one of the biggest environmental scandals in UK history. 17 years ago, the community of Corby in Northamptonshire proved they'd been exposed to potentially toxic waste for over a decade. But that's not where the story ends.
Photo dimming works.
Heavy metal toxins over numerous years that has then made us more likely to have a child with cancer.
As part of a special investigation, we hear how residents like Alison
Sounded my main.
about the town's contaminated lakes.
Yeah, and also today, on average, someone with dementia goes missing every 5 minutes in the UK. If you're worried about a loved one, former detective Ray Ryan is giving you peace of mind.
And it's not